Hey everybody, my name is AJ Liao, and I decided to do my research project on growth mindset. Several years ago, I came across Carol Dweck's book, Mindset, and it really changed the way that I looked at teaching and learning. And so, my goal here today is to present a project to you that would be to change a school wide culture into a growth mindset culture, and to do that, doing that through teacher led communities of practice and mentor teachers. So, the problem that I came across in my research was that there's a ton of research out here already about this topic, and it's potentially more beneficial to develop a project that can address some strategies. So, um, the research problem is that numerous studies have been shown or have shown a correlation between mindset and achievement, and that students' mindsets can be changed by intentional teaching practices. But what about the teacher? Do teachers fall into the same categories as students, having growth or fixed mindsets, which I'll explain in a minute? How does a teacher's mindset impact what they believe about the students sitting in their classrooms and how they speak to and motivate their students? And research has shown that this is also has a dramatic impact on the achievements of students, especially struggling students. So, if student mindset is vital to achievement and teacher mindset impacts student mindset, then teachers need training and mindset strategies through professional learning. So, real quick, what is growth mindset? Carol Dweck, who is largely considered the godmother of the growth mindset, defines mindsets as people's beliefs about human attributes, including abilities. And I've added just kind of a couple of characteristics. And there's some variance. People can have a growth mindset, they can have a fixed mindset, they can be somewhere in between. But if you have a growth mindset, you believe that you can always substantially change how intelligent you are. And that's really important, that everybody can learn something, and that perseverance and effort, not talent, determines success. So these kind of students see challenges as opportunities to learn, and they're focused on learning more than grades. But students with a fixed mindset, intelligence is something very basic about you that you can't change very much. And so, because of that, they avoid challenges. They don't like failure. They don't like feedback because it reflects on them as a person. And over time, those students tend to show very little growth. And so, an important question that we have to ask before we even talk about a project is, can growth mindset be learned? And the research indicates that it can, that people with a fixed mindset can over time change to a growth mindset and exist somewhere in between. Um, and that's from Dweck and Anderman. And then growth mindset can be taught directly by explaining how learning through challenge creates new neural pathways in the brain, and Dweck walks through that in a lot of her um, resources. And then a lot of studies have shown that when teachers are able to teach growth mindset, their achievement levels improve. And so here are the kind of the research project development questions that I based this around. The first one was, how can a professional community of practice and or mentor teaching relationships impact teacher mindset about learning? That's one important question that I really hope to answer. And the second one, how does increasing growth mindset in teachers affect student achievement and overall school climate? So we're starting with the teachers first. And so here's the purpose of my development project. So the overall purpose of this project is to develop a growth mindset culture within a Title I middle school in order to improve teaching and learning and close the achievement gap with our struggling learners and most vulnerable populations. The project begins by identifying teacher mindsets, whether they're fixed or they're growth mindsets, and through a community of practice with fellow teachers, as well as mentoring relationships, increase the growth mindset of teachers and develop classroom strategies to promote growth mindset among students. Now, this is really important. The students are not going to change if teachers aren't aware of their own mindsets and the strategies they can use to help students change their mindsets. And so I did a lot of review of literature, and this is really what led me overall to do not a unique research study, but a project proposal instead. And so a couple of highlights on here. On this page are really more about fixed mindsets versus growth mindsets. Um, one of them says, a mastery orientation involves wanting to increase understanding, insider skill. Students with a mastery orientation value learning as an end in itself. And Anderman says mastery orientation, but it's really similar to um, growth mindset. And then some important ones about teachers. When you are in a fixed mindset, the child who has trouble learning something is a threat to your self concept as a good teacher. But in a growth mindset, those students are challenges, opportunities to hone your skills and become a better teacher. That is so important. If you're a teacher and you don't understand that you have a fixed mindset, it completely changes the way you view your students. Um, and then on the next little side, it says research shows that when a teacher has a fixed mindset about the students maintain their achievement rankings over the year, which is something that I've seen over and over and over again. It's so hard to close that achievement gap. A couple of our highlights from the related literature are really about how you implement growth mindset and growth mindset strategies. And one of those is about um, how you process praise versus praising intelligence. And so um, one of these just at the bottom says person praise may encourage stable ability attributions, which can foster helpless reactions in the face of failure. So praising the person for how good they are, how smart they are. While performance praise, particularly process oriented praise, may lead to more effort or strategy attributions, which can foster adaptive reactions in both success and failure situations. So much depends upon teachers having strategies on how to praise students, when to praise students, and how to help them increase their effort and increase motivation. And so here are some of just the general conclusions that I drew from all the things that I read. Student mindset and student achievement are inextricably linked. Students with a growth mindset learn at higher levels. Mindset can be changed. Teacher mindset beliefs matter and impact their classrooms. Teachers can implement strategies that change student mindset. Praise impacts student learning goals, and type of praise and timing of praise matters. And so here are some the design specifications for the project. It is taking place in a Title I middle school in DeKalb County, Georgia. The school has less than 1,000 students and a teaching staff of around 60 to 70. The school is very economically diverse, which can be an unusual situation. It's also culturally and racially diverse with a significant ELL population. So the achievement gap within this school is actually quite large. And then here are some specific designs for the project. One part of this project has to do with the teachers. And so first we start with a teacher survey, the Dweck Mindset Inventory, to get an idea of which teachers in the building tend to lean towards a growth versus a fixed mindset. And then we'll do teacher observations and specifically videoing lessons and looking for praise type and frequency. So how not how do teachers think they're doing it, but how are they really doing it? How are they really using praise in their classroom? What kind of language are they using with their students? And then based on that data, we'll form professional learning communities and mentor pairs where we'll put teachers together in groups where they can view the videos, critique themselves. And then the PLCs, they'll meet monthly to read mindset and some other curriculum and research studies and discuss classroom strategies to increase growth mindset. And then the mentors will also view and discuss teacher observation videos and strategies for change. And the other half of this is the impact on the students. We want to know how does this learning community impact students? And so we'll start with the student survey, again, the Dweck Mindset Inventory, and take a look at the student achievement data. And are there correlations? Students that have a fixed mindset achieving at lower levels. And then throughout the course of the year, we'll do some student focus group interviews, and we're looking for observable teacher change and that impact on students. And then at the end of the year, we hope to re-administer that mindset inventory and then analyze some final data to see what kind of change we can see. And then there were so many references. There's a lot of different things that I took a look at that helped me with this project. And so overall, what we really hope to do is change a school culture into a culture that really values growth mindset. And we can't just do it with one or two teachers at a time. We really have to take a look at a school as a whole. And the best way to do this is to support teachers through a community of practice where they can work together and learn from each other and develop a growth mindset so they can pass that along to their students. Thank you.